I have rewritten the description box summary of my story and decided to read it. Keep in mind, I had to make it fit the video description box, thus spacing and grammar was sacrificed. Read description box for details. Here is a brief of my story in print. I invite you to watch this and my other videos. This video is me telling my overall story in brief or in parts of it, possibly sharing screenshots of trial transcripts, incomplete disclosure packages, etc. I had to crunch it so I couldn't add proper spacing, sentences, or grammar. November 2012. I resigned from the organization I was employed with, last day being December 31st, 2012. December 2012, female attendee falsely accused me and a male co-worker of sexual assault. She has an extensive history of doing this. No one wanted to speak to me about this at the time. I never saw this coming as it was professional. January 2013 to May 2013, I had the opportunity to meet with the female, always in public, record our conversations to vindicate myself. I finally got what I needed, but before I could figure out what to do. May 2013, two police officers decided to do street justice on behalf of the female. They were very clear when they were beating me. They sucker punched me, knocking me out, put a gun to my head, handcuffed me, and beat me. It appears her witnessing my brutal beating scared her. She changes her story. The next day I was charged with obstruction and assaulting a police officer. Nothing else. I went to the hospital for my injuries, which have left me partly disabled for life. June 2013, two officers pressured her. She filed a restraining order after she said she would testify on my behalf. Due to how we were both treated, she also filed a complaint against the police after she was released from a different hospital. November 2013, trial begins with the first officer's testimony with first lawyer. First officer complicates the trial with the false narrative about the female as a way to justify the charges and discredit me with the trial judge. This officer admits to coming to the location 45 minutes prior to the reports. Prosecutor realizes he is lying. Trial adjourned. I refuse plea deal. Transcript is missing the entire redirect. February 2015, trial resumes with second lawyer. Second officer testifies. The first officer testifies again. Now they allege they thought prostitution. They testify I was not verbally abusive, not aggressive, not fighting them. I was cooperative. They had no injuries. The alleged bylaw stop was a pretext, with the first officer admitting to making mistakes and having memory issues. I refuse another plea deal. Sometime after, the first officer is no longer an officer, avoiding police act breaches but not formally told what happened to the criminal charges. May 2015, I filed lawsuit a few days before the limitation period expired. A city representative threatens my second lawyer. Lawsuit stayed. December 2015, I take over my trial and introduce my evidence that was being withheld. I learned the prosecutor and my first and second lawyer made a deal not to give my evidence. Issues surrounding the female no longer an issue with the second voir dire. April 2016, I give my closing summations, only using the officer's testimonies to make my case. July 2016, I am convicted of both charges based on disrespecting an officer. Prosecutor now seeks jail time for the first time. I file my Queen's Bench appeal materials. November 2016, charter argument, Section 11B proceeds to be tried within 18 months. Prosecutor agrees the trial exceeded the time. Trial judge dismisses both of us, thus dismissed. December 2016, I am sentenced and I decline to make any arguments for leniency. I refuse to apologize, knowing if I don't jail, I begin serving weekends and soon after sentencing stayed. June 2017, I return to my province. Queen Bench appeal dismissed with third lawyer, and new judge takes over at the last minute. The prior seized judge was on my side. I return to the city and file my materials for the next level appeal with the Court of Appeal. February 2018, Internal Affairs conclude their investigation. New evidence is given supporting my position. August 2018, Court of Appeal dismissed with fourth lawyer. No opportunity to bring up he and the Crown prosecutor found evidence. The trial transcripts were tampered with, etc. Both the third and fourth lawyer did not include the Section 11B argument. Fourth lawyer stated if I didn't do what I did with the female, there would have been no help for me. I decide not to pursue Supreme Court. Recently, I have concluded serving weekends. I am disabled from the beating, suffering post-traumatic stress with criminal record until 2021. I cannot obtain employment reflecting career history or education. I am disabled to find physical employment. Filing for disability is difficult. I am deemed to be able to find office work, and a conviction is deemed to be self-inflicted. I am homeless, living off the kindness of others. I am currently alone dealing with the lawsuit. Donations are helpful, thank you. Peace be with you.